New Hampshire Route 28. New Hampshire Route 28 is an 85.413-mile-long 137.459 km north-south state highway in eastern New Hampshire. It connects the town of Ossipee in east-central New Hampshire with Salem on the Massachusetts border, while passing through Manchester, the largest city in the state. The southern terminus of NH28 is on the Massachusetts state line in Salem and south-central New Hampshire, from where Massachusetts Route 28 continues south into the city of Methuen and beyond to Boston and Cape Cod. The northern terminus is at the junction with New Hampshire Route 16, the White Mountain Road, in Ossipee in northern New Hampshire. Route 28 parallels Interstate 93 south of Manchester, going slightly northwest, but it goes northeast north of Manchester. Route description. New Hampshire Route 28 begins at the Massachusetts border in Salem, New Hampshire, as a continuation of Massachusetts Route 28. It is known locally as Broadway and forms the main north-south commercial street through Salem. It meets the northern terminus of NH38 at Rockingham Park Boulevard and the western terminus of NH97 at Main Street. Crossing into the town of Windham, the name changes to Rockingham Road, and there is an intersection with NH 111 just past the town line. Leaving Windham, at the northern border of town, it enters the town of Derry. At Main Street it meets the southern terminus of New Hampshire 28 bypass, and Rockingham Road makes a hard left turn, heading slightly southwest. At the intersection with Birch Street, NH 28 turns right back to the northwest along Birch Street, which changes its name to Crystal Avenue at the intersection with NH 102/Broadway. At Sunito Road, the name changes again to Manchester Road, and NH 28 leaves Derry to the west into Londonderry. In Londonderry, the name changes back to Rockingham Road. Initially heading west, the route bends to the north at Stonehenge Road, then west again for an interchange with Imminus 93 exit 5. NH 28 merges onto Mammoth Road, where the northern terminus of NH 128 is. It leaves Mammoth Road upon entering the city of Manchester, which continues on as the southern NH 28A, while NH 28 turns onto South Willow Street. Passing the Manchester Airport and the Mall of New Hampshire, there is an interchange with Imminus 293 exit 1. In downtown Manchester, at the intersection with Queen City Avenue/Scilly Road, NH 28 passes onto a pair of one-way streets, Beach Street southbound and Maple Street northbound. At Webster Street, NH 28 joins US Route 3 for a concurrency along Daniel Webster Highway, leaving at Manchester's northeastern corner to the village of South Hooksett within the town of Hooksett, where it has another interchange with Imminus 93. Exit 9 at the city line. NH 28 and US 3 remain in concurrency through the entire town of Hooksett, following Daniel Webster Highway through the South Hooksett Commercial District and closely following the eastern bank of the Merrimack River. Both NH 28 a Mammoth Road and New Hampshire 28 bypass Londonderry Turnpike have their northern termini within Hooksett. Between the two of them lies the western terminus of NH 27. Leaving Hooksett at the northern end of town, NH 28/US 3 crosses into the village of Suncook within the town of Lansdowne. Leaving US 3 along Pinewood Road just before the Suncook River, NH 28 heads off in a northeasterly direction towards the main village of Lansdowne before crossing the Suncook River and going through the extreme eastern corner of Pembroke and entering the town of Epsom. At the Epsom line, the name changes to Suncook Valley Highway as it closely follows the Suncook River's west bank. In the main village of Epsom, it meets US 202/US 4/NH9 Franklin Pierce Highway at a large traffic circle. Next, entering the North Chichester village of Chichester, the road curves from the northwest to the northeast and changes name to Suncook Valley Road. After its brief pass through Chichester, the road enters the town of Pittsfield, and skirting the western edge of the main village of Pittsfield, there is an intersection with NH 107. In Barnstead, NH28 meets the northern terminus of NH126 in the village of Center Barnstead. Passing by the Suncook Lakes that form the headwaters of the Suncook River, NH28 enters the lakes region town of Alton after passing the northern shore of Half Moon Lake, another source for the Suncook River. In Alton, Suncook Valley Road meets its northern terminus in the main village of Alton at a traffic circle with NH11/NH28A, leaving the traffic circle along Wolfeboro Highway, going north and then northeast, roughly following the eastern shore of Lake Winnipesaukee, meeting the northern end of NH28 at about halfway. At South Wolfeboro, NH28 turns left at a T intersection to travel along Tuftonboro Road, which changes its name to Main Street, passing through the main village of Wolfeboro. In the center of Wolfeboro Village, NH28 leaves Main Street to join a concurrency with NH109 along Center Street, meeting the southern terminus of NH109 Elm Street in the village of Wolfeboro Falls. In the village of Wolfeboro Center, just north of Lake Wentworth, NH109 leaves to the southeast along Governor John Wentworth Highway, while NH28 continues straight along Center Street to the northeast. Entering the town of Ossipee at the village of Ossipee Corner, NH28 meets the eastern terminus of NH171 before reaching its own northern terminus at NH16 White Mountain Highway. Major intersections, sections, bannered and suffixed routes. New Hampshire Route 28 bypass. New Hampshire Route 28 bypass is a 14.124-mile long 22.730 km bypass route of New Hampshire Route 28 east of the city of Manchester. The bypass separates from NH28 in Derry, south of Manchester. While NH28 runs through central Manchester, NH28 bypass runs along the eastern side of Manchester. The two routes rejoin in Hooksett, north of Manchester. The official local name of NH28 bypass is Londonderry Turnpike, but local residents generally refer to it simply as the bypass. It is the only New Hampshire state highway named and signed as a bypass. New Hampshire Route 28A. New Hampshire Route 28, abbreviated NH28, is a designation held by two north-south state highways in New Hampshire. Southern segment. The southern segment of NH28A, 7.623 miles, 12.268 km in length, and locally named Mammoth Road, connects Londonderry and Hooksett, running through the eastern suburbs of Manchester. The southern terminus is at the junction with New Hampshire Route 28 in Londonderry. The northern terminus is at the junction with US Route 3/NH28 in Hooksett. Northern segment. The northern segment of NH28 is a 3.716-mile long 5.980 km loop road in the town of Alton. It splits off from NH28, runs north along the shore of Alton Bay, an arm of Lake Winnipesaukee, then rejoins NH28. For about one-third of its length, NH28 runs concurrent to New Hampshire Route 11.